They absolutely are. There's no question about it. All right, let's see here. Let me wait for it to pop on. 0. All right. Well, oh, you got a cat over there, huh?
Yes.
The Lyrians are big right now, aren't they?
Yes, I think
They're
all the
huge.
galactics are pretty big.
I know. It's like they're just coming out of the woodwork. I'll let people get into the house. Diane Powers is here. Lemoria Smith, Gary Miller, Denise Chadwick, Madeline Finnemore, Anna Marie from Romania. Dr. Joe's in the house. Going to get Dr. Joe back on here in the next few days. Yaya Sisterhood has been on a lot of these shows lately. Joanna Child. Okay. So we got the room's filling up. Let me introduce our guest. She's been on before. It's Todd Medina, SOULSPEAKS 5D. This is the Soulogy.1 network in the making. Every day we move closer to being able to stream from our own website. We're still working on it. Thank you, Paul Handwriter and Katie Innicrow and Michael Van Patten and Morgan Lee. So Ramona Lappin, Divine Love, Visionary, Ascension Guide, Goddess, Wayshower, Gatekeeper, Intuitive Healer and Counselor, Writer, and Wisdomkeeper. She offers a personal and group Lightlanguage activations and attunements, as well as intuitive healing, counseling, and soul guidance sessions. She also shares her own insights through writing. 25 people in the house. Welcome, everybody. Chris Wasong, Jania Gazda from Vienna, and Katie Kane and April Lloyd. And people are starting to get notifications again. I don't know what happened. I guess Facebook must have pulled us out of jail. Okay, Michael Breen's in the house, Marcy Baker. Yeah, so Ramona, welcome back to SOULSPEAKS 5D. I know we've got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot going on. We've been talking about it on the show for the last few days. I don't know when it all started. I guess it all started with the first breath of the universe, but it seems like from the winter solstice on the 21st, things have been booming. A lot of people going through physical ascension, I guess is how we'd put it. And a lot of people are being revisited by their deepest fears, as we're being put in a corner, I think, by the universe to really take the leap in all ways and in our deepest faith. How have things been going for you?
Yes, we are all moving through the intensity, and there definitely has a lot been coming up. As much as there has been fears, there have also been huge expansions. I think we all have experienced new heights and new lows, but it seems to be getting easier to navigate as we've been through the training, and we are all, ready in our own way for whatever is next. Or let's say it's up to us to just stay in this now moment, right here, right now. And if we don't project so much into the future or into the past, we're actually okay. And there are a lot of techniques we can use in order to handle these intense energies, to make it more easy on us and be a bit more graceful with it.
Can you give us an example of one of the techniques? I might need one.
Actually, Unity Grace yesterday was saying about the, hands. If we cross them and we clasp our hands together like this, and do the ankles crossed, because I was just shopping and I was just like, I think I'm going to have a heart attack. And in the bus on the way back, just so intense. And I mean, not just the shopping, it's just everything at the moment. And that really instantly calms the mind down. And it allows us to just take a conscious moment. Breathing is very important, to keep breathing. Drinking loads of water. I swear by salt baths. I love baths with, Epsom salt or magnesium salt. The purer, the better. And then some lavender drops or bicarbonate soda as well. And again, it just clears our bodies, so physical, etheric, mental, emotional bodies. And meditation, very important. So whenever we get stressed, and even if we think we don't have time, we will always have time, or we need to make the time, then even more so, to take 5 minutes, listen to some nice music, sit in the garden, or just, do a guided meditation, whatever your technique is or what resonates with you, because every person has different things that work for them. So some people like to do walking meditation. Nature is very, very important right now. I do lots of earthing as well, which is your bare feet on grass or sand or the ground. That's really good to really connect with Gaia and her heartbeat. And that will balance us out. And it also sends the codes into Gaia, our own unique keys and codes that we exchange with Gaia. And what else? Loads of clearing. So especially when so much is coming up and we're being squeezed as we are right now, and everything, that isn't love is being purified. There are guided meditations, there's loads out there, or we have our own techniques of just do it simple, or, as simple as possible. I was also wanting to maybe do a little activation and clearing now to start off with, because I could do with it as well.
You could use it. I could use it too. I can use it too, and I'm sure everybody here. So you go right ahead.
Okay. So let's take a deep breath. Breathing in love. Breathing out any stress, any anxiety, worries, fears. All back to source. And we connect to the sun, central sun, great central sun, pure source light consciousness. We breathe this in through our crown into our bodies, physical, etheric, mental, emotional. And we call forth the white flame of Ascension. Love, power, wisdom, threefold flame. Purifying all our bodies. Across all timelines, all dimensions, all realities. And through our heart center, we connect down to the heart of Gaia, the crystalline core. We connect to the elementals, kingdoms, all life on planet Earth. And we breathe back up the love of the Mother Gaia, into our energy fields. And we clear, heal, balance, upgrade all of our chakras, meridians, nadis, axonal lines, upgrading them to the highest multidimensional potential in this now moment. Our highest light quotient. Ushana he anitana kanatana shanutane anitana nanase. Hissanatea kikanatu shanatea ki ukana henata itana hinashi ukana henata ikanatea nutanatanatane ihuna henati ushana henata ukana henasi ukana henata iunayane iane Amana yenati yasu. Usana hinaki, ishana tenata, ukana hena shinatina tinakanata, usaneta na henatinatu, ukana henati. All of our chakras spinning at the perfect frequency and color in this now moment. Activating our 12th strand DNA. Huge master strand of DNA all around us. Overwriting and overriding all lesser DNA, all lesser codes, all returned back to source, all lower timelines. Etherically reconnecting our highest quality DNA. Purified, divinitized. Calling forth and in all that we are. Our purity, our innocence, the divine love and pure source light that we are. Consciously remembering who we are, our multidimensional self. And we activate in the 13th strand, the Divine Mother, wrapping all around this master strand of DNA. Pure love. And we activate the 14th strand of DNA, pure source, infinite geometries all around. Usana hena kiana tana shukana hena sinatara sana hi ahohanata ikuna he anishanatana ye ianakuna senatiana usana he ishunata ukanate. Releasing all that is not love and not purity back to source. And calling forth the soft pink ray of divine love, filling our torus fields. Pure, unconditional, divine love, filling every cell, every atom, every atomic and subatomic particle, every wave, and all the spaces in between. Across all timelines, all dimensions, all realities. Filling up our heart torus. Pure, divine love. Uyana shena hina kihanata na neatiatu. Uyana senati. Ishona henata. Uyana sena hunata. Ihanate. Ikunata natana sanatane. Iunatana kanatana sanatane. And we remember that we can always call upon our guides and teams, our higher levels. They are not separate from us. For our guidance, for healing, for protection, for advice, for love, anything we might need. And we can do this generally, simply. Just calling upon angels, archangels, ascended masters, our galactic brothers and sisters, Mother, Father, God, and also the fairies, gnomes, elves, dragons, unicorns, lion people, Agathans, ancient ones, with us now and always. And then now shower us with unique gifts, keys and codes that will support us on our journey as we are moving through this intense eclipse gateway, giving us their love and unconditional support, always present, always there within and without us. Ushanahe ikanati ukanahina sinatinata isunatanatane ikanatu ushantahina he hanata. He anate ashina he nati anu yaneata iunana senati. Anaye anatane. And together we call forth the highest timelines for our private lives, personal lives, and for the collective. Highest timelines of ascension in this now moment. Eternal peace and infinite abundance are ours. May the suffering will be over. Right here, right now is all that counts, where we can always find peace. So it is, and it is done. Now we just ground us back into the crystalline core of Gaia, anchoring our light, our keys and codes into the crystalline core. It's better.
Yeah, I think I don't know about everybody else, but that was perfect. That is actually 700 shows. That's the most beautiful band of frequency. Maybe it's just because it's the now moment, but beautiful sister, beautiful band of frequency. A lot of new names. A lot of new names are coming into the house. Thank you, everybody, for your love and support and contributions. Let me just say, too, we've had over about 135 people join the Soulogy.1 community pre-launch. It's not open yet, but we do appreciate that. It's helping us to build it. But I think the most important thing is just the frequency that's shared by everybody. Everybody's a part of it, regardless of who's on the screen, that we continue to broadcast. Ramona, it's an amazing journey we've been on, and we seem to hit a point where fear has to be conquered.
Yeah, it's all an illusion. And really, we have to remember this is a holographic quantum projection we live in. I always, and ever more so, remember that this is like a video game. And today was, and I've had a lot of stuff going on as well. And obviously money, the everything around the survival and housing and just paying our bills and feeding ourselves and those we love has been coming up again and again, and it's just clearing deeper levels. And today the words were, even money is illusion.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I know obviously we are still dealing with those things, but we're also here to transcend them and to keep remembering and pulling away those layers of the illusion that it is, to see through it, and to, whenever we feel like, we have to pay some money to something and we feel like, oh, I won't have enough left for XYZ, to just be grateful in that moment that we have enough money right here, right now, to pay that bill or pay for that food or whatever it may be. Yeah. And to know also that what has been is no more. This is now, this was then. Yeah. Because we've all, we've had hopes, we try to manifest and all this, and we haven't always seen the results that we've hoped for. But to just keep pushing through, keep conquering our fears, remembering this is the illusion we are now transcending, and we're really getting somewhere. I know it doesn't always seem like this, but we have to believe, because it's really based on our beliefs, that it's all new, it's very intense, but it's just squeezing all this out, all the distortion, all the fears, and it's just normal. And we just need to know we've been there before and we've always managed. Always something has come up, as long as we stay true to ourselves and we keep following our own divine guidance.
Yeah, that's very true. And I do picture myself a lot of times in this video game, but I also know that it's more than not being real. It is very real. This is a real experience, and I say hashtag the human is the hero. We're, just as you explained, we can call on the ascendeds and archangels, angels, divine essences, the elementals, the entire universal community is there for us, and we're there for them. We're doing something here that is very unique and hasn't been done. This is the epitome of the now moment. This is the epitome of creation. We are that. And one thing that I'm going to be pushing this year, every single day, is who we are, what we are, and what we're a part of, and what we represent. We're representing the universe. And so there seems to be a shift, or something's lifted since 2018 and since 2019 started. There has been some intense moments, but at the same time, there's been some incredible expansions and elevations, and I think it's going to take us a little while to get used to it, to this new way. But I wanted to ask you, I know you are pretty much in constant daily communion. Have you, or what type of intel are you receiving in terms of the collective, in terms of 2019?
I have gone away from even projecting that far into the future. It's all now, and the words are infinite possibilities.
Yeah.
I have been finding it difficult to listen actually to intel from other Wayshowers that I've been very much following myself, and really going within to listen within what is my guidance. And for me, whether you believe in an event or not, and with everything, we always need to see what resonates, what doesn't. Even when we follow someone, or we really resonate with someone's material, still every sentence or everything they say, I always go with it and say, okay, does this resonate? Yes, no, yes, no. And we take and leave whatever does. And for me, it has always been this knowing that this, white light coming in and purifying all the timelines and resetting, it's the reset, this reality we live in. Because when I say it's not real, of course it is real, but it's the least real of all the dimensions. And yes, everything we do in this reality has an effect on all of our other levels.
Yeah.
So whenever we, do some public work, or we publish a piece of writing or whatever it may be, it is having a knock-on effect on all the other levels.
That's right.
And for me, the event or the breakthrough or a reset of this reality is literally imminent, and it can happen any now moment. And that's why I'm staying anchored in. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm holding out and I'm waiting, but it is that I'm just leaving the infinite possibility out there whilst I get on with whatever shows up in every now moment. I don't plan as much, but this as well is something like when we feel guided to, do a project or write something or create this art piece, we do it from a place of joy and excitement. And obviously then, we put some things into place, or we get some people together, or, make some kind of plans. But again, it's all these different infinite timelines. And we're clearing so much, and we're really quantum jumping at the moment, like leaps and bounds. And this really, for me, is something where there is an imminent change is going to be available. And this is why we're being squeezed so much. And that's why I'm feeling very, very strongly. I had on Monday morning, I woke up and I just felt so much energy running through me, and I felt being electrocuted. And I really had to just breathe through it and, working with the energy the way I do every day. But when it's so intense, I could literally do hours of that stuff, which I did that morning. And I just got to this place of where I really, was just letting it run through me. And I just had these white streams of light really, whilst I had my eyes closed, really intensely running through. And it was about 3 times. So it's not just like a flash or anything, but it's more, it's multidimensional. It's this, for me, the white light is that, the white flame. And we talk about the threefold flame, love, power, wisdom, but really it's a combination of all the flames, all the 12 rays, master rays. And they, especially, the threefold flame is just purifying all that is not love. And it purifies our lower realities, the lower timelines, and it's getting us ready for what is next. And for me, this is again, infinite possibilities. Dream big. When we put our seeds out there, we write maybe something down in our diary. We maybe make a wish board, whatever it may be. We call out to our universe, this is what I want to see. And we can do this every day. And it's a conscious intention setting of what we wish to see. But we then let go and we don't attach to any outcome. And we let really the divine plan take over, because this has been a very strong theme for me. I had to really let go of all the ego wants and needs, and just keep trusting the divine plan, that it has our back. Because I could see in past timelines, I would have been very, we try to control, because that's what we learned to do in order to, all our ducks in a row, in order for us to be able to pay the bills and us to be able to do whatever we need to do. But actually to keep trusting in every now moment, we are being shown and we're being provided for, as long as we stay true to ourselves and we stay calm and in the center. And that's why it's so important right now to, whenever we feel stressed out, to go within, become quiet, do the clearings, go into nature, meditation, whatever it may be, helps us. And then we actually have a whole new reality out. So when I, for example, have my daughter going crazy around me, I'm like, okay, I need 10 minutes here. And then not trying to fix her, and obviously we help them as well, but to go within, because she's part of me. To then, when I come back from my meditation or whatever I might have done to calm myself down and center myself again, it will have an effect on her. My whole reality again will have rebalanced and rearranged itself.
Yeah, and I think another thing that you said too, I just want to reiterate, is you cannot underestimate the power of one unique and equal soul, and it goes way beyond our physical, field. Like you said, it goes into every dimension. It goes into correcting every timeline. So, be it being on a show with 60 or 70 people, or being in your own space in privacy, writing from your heart, or writing a letter, or expressing something to someone even through the ethers. Whatever that is that comes from our heart is the most powerful, alchemic, magical strength that we have, and we cannot underestimate that. That I believe is coming more and more into our reality, is how much impact we actually have. We don't have to be a household name, or be on a stage, or be on a camera in front of millions of people. Our impact is just as powerful, potentially, in the private interactions that we have, even with ourselves and the universe, when we're in solitude. So it's a very important part of our growing awareness. And I love too what you say about the reality. There's a great, profound, infinite, deep purpose and meaning to what we're doing. And this is the culmination of a lot of, if we look at linear, a lot of years, a lot of lives, a lot of incarnations. We are really the container for much more than our soul. We're containing the information. We have everything at our disposal, and I think that's a big part of what I'm feeling as we move into 2019. Is our ability to create is way beyond what the human aspect of us has thought. Really is.
We're only just getting started, always. And I really feel our light bodies are really coming online for those who've been on this journey and been working on, clearing ourselves and activating this also consciously. And it also depends on our unique DNA and what we came here to do. Because again, as you said, it's not about everyone needing to be on camera or out there publicly doing something. It's, even if you're a mother or you're doing a normal job or cleaning the streets, it's not about what we are doing so much, but it's about what we are being whilst we're doing whatever we are doing. And that's so important to remember. And I had to really step back a lot, and, where you feel sometimes your ego is like, okay, I need to be doing this, I need to be bringing in money, I need to, get my website done, or I need to clean up my Facebook page even, or I need to do advertisement. And it's like, I will when the moment is right and it's aligned. Right now, I need to just go within, I need to sort this out, because as light workers, our main job is to keep the balance for the collective. We are these light anchors, grid keepers, gate workers, whatever it is, but all of us are pillars of light. And we are here to keep the balance as much as possible. So us being at an as balanced energetic state as possible is priority. And it has an effect on our private lives and the realities we experience there, but also for the collective. So they have as much ease and grace as possible through this process. And we are also here to wayshow, because then when we are those more balanced people will then come to us, what is your trick? Or they might be, listening a bit more and might be getting more interested in meditation and, whatever else it is, because we are being that example. Again, the beingness for everything comes from there, instead of just the doing and achieving, those things we grew up with that are all good and fine. And of course we want to create and have fun, but it comes from that place of balanced beingness, of inner peace and love. And a lot what has also come up lately was self-love. And throughout this process, what has been very important, and that's very true for many women especially, and again, this is not really about gender, but just because we are often mothers and we've just been raised that way, was to first look after the kids. Everyone else comes before us. And again, we all do that to a certain extent. Well, most of us. There are obviously some more selfish people out there. But we, in order to be of service to other people, we have to first of all fill our own cup up. So we can't keep giving from a half full cup, because we will then resent people, get stressed, are unhappy, and the best way is when our cup is full and we feel happy, and then we can give from a whole different place, and we give, it's our energy really that counts, how we're giving, not with regret or thinking like we don't really have enough, but from this overflowing cup. And that's why it's really important actually to be selfish a lot of the time, in a sense of like, the washing can wait, that writing can even wait, whatever it is. First of all, I have to come into balance every day, conscious effort of getting ourselves, charged up on the light, clearing out our energy bodies. And then again, we have whole different realities, and everything is affected. Our universe will be affected by that.
Yeah. All the way. Every dimension, every timeline. Now, do you have any techniques that you use personally for self-care, self-love?
Well, I talk to myself. I need to spend time in quiet, as in I need time to myself quite a lot, but because also of what I do, just energetically, and clearing out a lot of these collective energies. So I feel it very intensely because I'm quite sensitive. So I will always, spend a lot of time in clearing. So the kind of work I just did with you all, I will do it in my own, way, meditation. I might not always use light language myself, but I will listen to some music and then just say these things. I clear, heal, balance, upgrade my physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, realigning the chakras. It's really, we don't have to overcomplicate it.
Yeah, we're programming. You're programming. We are. You're writing the software. You're programming the universe. We have that ability. We have, like you said, it's infinite possibilities, limitlessness.
Yes.
We can do whatever we want, and I think that's the big part of this year too. It's just like you said, it's like a sponge. You're wringing out a sponge and getting all the water out, and we're being wrung by our own choice, our own volition. And but on the other side of that is a growing awareness and expanding awareness, and with that comes everything. Everything's parallel with that. The wisdom, the love, the creative ability, our ability to be more telepathic, and of course, what seems to be a big part of the beginning of this year. It makes sense that it's the last leg of it, and that's the physical aspect of Ascension, where it's actually being felt in our bodies beyond, some of the things we've seen the last couple of years, where every cell in our body is becoming infinite, infinite awareness, infinite capabilities. I know it's been talked about over the last few days on these shows, the physical impact of Ascension at the latter part of the year and the first part of this year. Have you gone through any of that?
Yes. I feel everything. I'm clairsentient. Most of all, I'm claircognizant, like one of my, I think, strongest gifts. And I went through about 3.5 years of spending most of my time in bed, going through a lot of heavy duty clearings. I consciously worked on it as well. I did a Reiki master 5.5 years ago. And ever since then, every day I've been using Reiki as one of my main tools to, calm those nerves, because one of the main things is anxiety and depression that will arise for us during these cycles, like on an emotional level, but obviously the physical thing as well. So Reiki really for me is a self-healing tool more so than healing others. And it doesn't really matter what modality you use, and you don't have, and we all have that ability. We don't need to do a course in order to use our hands to heal, as Jesus did. We can all do this. Put one hand on your heart, the other one on your solar plexus. Imagine light from source coming in through your heart, out your arms, and filling up your body. Imagine your whole torus field, like the bubble all around you, and all your body's being filled with whatever light you might feel guided to use that day. So green light is very healing on the physical body. The white light I will use for purification. then I fill up with the soft pink light of divine love afterwards, just to keep us in that nice, loving feeling, things like that. And we all will find along the way different tools to do so. And during that time when I was going for really heavy duty clearing on a physical level, I had all these different pains going on and migraines, and I've had to make sure all my life. Makes all a lot more sense now. But it gets, well, first of all, the suffering goes when we don't resist whatever is clearing in that moment. And I would have actually, during that time, I was thinking about that today, I resisted it a lot. And the resistance actually is the suffering, the resistance to what is, whether it's mental, physically, emotional. And if we just allow it and we don't judge it, and this divine neutrality is such an important piece of just knowing that whatever is clearing, afterwards you will feel, you know, the opposite will be true. So let's say I'm clearing a lot of low self-worth. I will feel more self-worth afterwards. Obviously, we also do this consciously by using affirmations. But most of all, another thing that came up is authenticity. Because often we will go and, you know, this whole love and light thing, however beautiful it is, it doesn't always work. We need to.
No, I get what you're. I get what you're saying, and you even take it deeper because you know, a big step for me was to understand, to accept my feelings. You know, sadness, anger, and actually allow myself that. But when you talk about an example such as low self-esteem, I mean, that's a powerful thing, to actually sit in that space and feel that and not reject it, not resist it. Because like you said, that brings the pain and the suffering, but actually to sit with that in your own way, I think that's a very powerful thing. And like you said, on the other side of it is going to be the polarity, and then you end up somewhere in the middle. But that's a powerful thing. Somebody was talking about in the last couple of days on the show, talking about imagine yourself sitting in a chair with a circle of chairs, and then each chair was, you know, sadness and anger, and you have like a council with all of them. But I guess the point is that it's you. You know, we can't divorce ourselves from any aspect of the universe. Why do we think we could divorce ourselves from any aspect of ourselves? So that's an important, I appreciate you saying that about the low self-esteem part, because, we need to accept it all. It's healing.
The not enoughness goes very, very deep, because we are actually so much, you know, we are so powerful, and everything around us in the normal out there 3D reality tells us that we're not. As in, you know, we're supposed to achieve more. We're supposed to have a better job, better hair, better body, better family, maybe even, you know, whatever it may be, and that we're just not enough. Because, and this is also in the spiritual community, that we're looking up to certain Wayshowers, and it's about the perfect, pristine life, and, you know, the perfectionism that we keep craving, that is not even achievable. And that's perfection will be different for everyone. And we are, you know, just so much more than we can even perceive. And to just trust. And when you say, you know, that is also us, I mean, in a way, it is us, whatever comes through, but these are more like old parts of us that want to be purged. That's the ego parts of not feeling enough, or feeling, you know, we are all that, whatever it may be. But actually, we are not those feelings. We are not those thoughts. These are programs that we have accumulated, and they are being released, and that's what are coming up and out. That's the authenticity. If we keep washing over it with just saying, oh, love and light, because obviously nobody wants to feel this crap, but it's absolutely necessary in order for it to purge. So up and out with it. Cry, scream, punch a pillow, stamp your feet, you know, try not to hurt anyone in the process.
Hopefully those days are over. But yeah, it's like, I mean, you know, and again, that, like you said about the love and light thing, I mean, it's one thing to understand and know that we are that, you know, we're the universe, we're source. But to poo-poo it away and just say, and I'd like to say that we're perfecting perfection, because this universe does not sit still. Spiritual inertia moves unobstructed, and it just moves. It moves forward. It expands, and that's what we're doing. When you get right down to it, and the great part of this trip, and the reason I think that we are, the hero, the darlings of the universe in this now moment, is because we're taking this and we're transmuting this from a very, what we would perceive as a very low density, a very much an illusionary realm. And like you said, when you take in these illusions, instead of resisting them, be it sadness, fear, pain, thoughts, whatever, and you allow those to be, permeated through your being, that's how they transmute. That's how they transform. And that's what we're here doing.
Yeah, if we try and just talk them away or wash over them, it's a suppression. And we've been repressed all our lives. When we were children, often what goes wrong is that don't cry, don't misbehave, don't be, XYZ, basically don't be you, don't be authentically you. And obviously we try to, have manners, but it also should be allowed that we are who we are, and we all have different things that we work on and observe. And that's the thing. We become the observer really of our human experience of, and really embrace the messiness of the human condition. And it is the densest of all. And this is the hardest school we could have incarnated into to come to do what we came to do. And a lot of us, we have created this. We also need to remember that, and sometimes we want to, and there's a lot of stuff going on out there with the dark forces, or, this is over there, I'm over here, we are the light, they're the dark. No. We are light and dark. I personally believe, I've been all things, and there is no separation between me and the Rothschilds or even the devil. I don't care what anyone says. It's, if I keep that separation, then, that's the separation. I'm a little bit of everything. But obviously we don't keep hold of the darkness. But if we, these are all the fractals, everyone in our environment. Let's say there's someone who's being an asshole and is not very nice to us. To be able to see this is a different version of me. And actually what is being asked of me is to integrate this fractal into me. And I can't do this if I keep resisting it, if I keep judging it as bad. It just is. And it's playing a role, because that person's actually teaching me that I deserve more respect. I deserve more love, because this is just playing out in my reality, because I'm not loving myself enough. I'm not respecting myself enough. And if I can send them love, see this as an old version of me or some part of me that's, I don't need in my life anymore, I integrate it, and then I release it back to source. But if I keep resisting it, and that's with all and everything, it keeps coming back in our reality. If I don't like and judge aggressive people, they will keep coming up in my face. I can't really, escape that, because it just wants to be integrated. It just all is. That's divine neutrality. And that's why there is no them or us. This is unity consciousness. This is oneness. And this only happens if we love all that arises. We love everyone that we come across. And that's how Jesus healed, in my opinion, is by just seeing everyone in their perfection. And if I have a problem with something, it's something I have to integrate within myself and come to peace with. Again, we don't need this in our experience. And we say, no, not okay. Don't talk to me like this. Or, I don't really need to keep meeting up with you. But we need to make peace with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unconditional love. It's not conditional.
No, it's not. Yeah, I know that I like what you said too, because about the separation. When you separate, you are the separation. I put up an old post the other day, and it's an old poem that I wrote years ago, and it ends with, "I am brotherhood, I am sisterhood, I am transgenderhood." And a couple of people went on there and said, transgenders are freaks. I'm not like that. I'm not them. And I thought, I just wrote oneness. I don't usually respond on comments, but I just said oneness is oneness. I mean, that's all there is to it. That's another thing that I think that's happening now, is that the complexities are being removed, such as you talked about. Obviously, we're led to read certain things, and to listen to people, or whatever it is that we're exposed to. But there is more of that inner communication, inner guidance, the blend of the higher self into, as Unity said yesterday, into the avatar. But it's becoming more simple. It's just not that complicated, and it's just that fewer words, fewer words, and just that no, like people who might be aggressive. You don't necessarily have to say anything like "f off." Now we've moved into a different state where we can do what you said and or remove ourselves from that, that type of energy without putting a condition on it. Just saying, this is not for me.
Yeah, it's been for me the hardest thing. I actually was reminded, my mom took me to a therapist when I was younger because of low self-esteem. It's been a theme in my life. And he actually also explained to her, with the help of some glasses, that I wasn't able to actually differentiate between myself and other people. I think I have this oneness thing built into me as well. And it's been the hardest thing for me to, first of all, realize, what is actually me, what is the other person's stuff, let's say.
Yeah.
And, it can become a bit complicated because, again, on highest level, we are all one. It's one soup of, source light. But obviously on this level, we have to really make clear boundaries, energetic boundaries. And that's no, this is not okay, because it's an energetic frequency we send out into the universe of what we allow and what we don't allow. Once we had enough of people not respecting us, because again, it's something deep within us that's playing out, where we are not respecting ourselves and our boundaries, or finding it difficult to have them. Once we energetically establish that this is not okay in our reality anymore, and we state this out, and it might need a few tries, we might need to do it a few times, might not happen the first time, and everything is great ever after. But once we energetically claim that we deserve respect and love, then we actually have these other people change and or they disappear from our lives, or, we just make this, we don't meet up with them anymore kind of thing.
Yeah.
And because we have claimed that energy within us. Yeah. That self-love and that respect. And that's where it all starts. That's the whole thing. I've spent so much time of trying to change people around me. Oh my God, it's so frustrating, because the only power we have is our own mastery of integrating that within us. It's the same with thinking that if I have this new job or this new partner or this new house, that everything is perfect. No, because we keep carrying ourselves around with us. It's all within us. It really, there's no more truth than it's all within us. And that's where we do our work. And then our reality changes in response.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like and so many of these cliches and old adages, I think, are becoming non-cliched. I think of Joseph Campbell, the great British writer who wrote Power of Myth, and he said, it's real simple, just follow your bliss. That, to me, speaks volumes. I read that in my 20s, but today it speaks volumes, especially as we remove the linear. As we remove the construct of linear time. We were talking yesterday with Unity and talking about removing the last two are time and gravity. I haven't even thought about gravity, but time has been on my mind for a few months, and I feel like I'm making headway with it. And I have to believe that the collective is too, because the pressure of linear time, it has been immense, and it's I think it's leaving now. It's amazing to do these shows. I think it's over 700 now. We got off Be Live for a little bit, and we've done a few Facebook Lives, and this counter here says it's the 696. But it's amazing to watch the energy, the frequency, the vibration of all the frequencies of each one of these shows, of all the people involved. I'm watching these comments, people supporting each other and talking about different things. I think the way that we started this broadcast with you grounding us, I think it would be, if you're up for it, a great way to conclude the show is to have you take us through something like that again. It was very powerful, if you would.
Yes. Of course. I love doing this stuff. That's the thing. You know, when we love what we're doing, it's just, life is very beautiful. Definitely. Now we just need to make more money with it, right?
I think the resources are coming for everybody.
Yes. And again,
like you said, I mean, Eva, you were talking about the example with people. You're doing what you love, and when you do that, what you need comes, and
yes.
I think that's another pure truth that's expanding in our field.
And also the not enoughness, we have to work through a whole lot of the not enoughness. And depending on, you know, what our lives have been and what we came in here to do, we are clearing this for the collective. And that is also then reflected in our lives as not having enough. But then we get to a stage where we have enough, always when we need it. And now, I believe very deeply, more than enough, and the abundance that comes in all ways, that's the air we breathe, the people we have around us, the love in our lives. And that's the important thing. We have to really drop deep, deep gratitude for everything we have. When I have a bath, thank you for the water. Thank you for the bath. Thank you for every bite I eat, every drop of drink I have. Thank you for nature. Thank you for the love in my life. And this then, because we need to tune ourselves from the not enough to, oh, wow, I actually have so much around me.
True.
Yeah. Let's do a little abundance activation then. And again, we just center ourselves in our heart center. And take a deep breath, breathing in love. Breathing out any doubt, any fears, any worries. All back to source. And we call forth our higher selves, Christed selves, multidimensional selves, mighty I am presence, pure source light consciousness. Our multidimensional selves into our bodies, merging them in our physical bodies, right here, right now. Now is all there is. Calling forth our highest light, crystalline light, highest light quotient possible in this now. Crystalline structures activate, amplify. And we call forth the 12 rays of creation into our physical, etheric, mental, emotional bodies, across all timelines, all dimensions, all realities. Knowing that we are all that, everything, all around and within us. We are all of that. Nothing is separate from us. No tree, no flower, no person, no thing. It's all us. This is all a projection. We're projecting this out, this reality from within us. Remembering our true essence. Remembering we are source. It's within us. It's not outside of us. It's out there, yet still within. As within, so without, as above, so below, as the universe, so the soul. And we connect down to the heart of Gaia, crystalline core, kingdoms, elementals. And breathing this back up into our bodies, above and below, connected through us, within us, all one. Ikanahi nashina tina kana tinatia kanata tanate. Uyana sina hinata. Ukanatina tina tinatu. Uyanita nita nishanita nitana. Uyanita nita nitanu. Uyanita no shunata. Iyaninani yakunati atanasinata. Uyanishanita natana. Uyakanatana. Iyushanta henatinata. Ukanata. Isuna henati. Hanatena itanata. Balancing all of our bodies, physical, etheric, mental, emotional. Perfect balance. Peace, love, joy, abundance, harmony. All within us. Whenever we feel stressed, just call on the word of peace. Just say peace, 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 and you will see you're more peaceful. And now with the help of our divine entourage, our teams in the highest levels, Mother, Father, God, we call forth the golden light, the Christ light, golden crystalline diamond light, filling up all our energy fields, across all timelines, all dimensions, all realities, every cell, every atom, every atomic, subatomic particle, every wave, all the places in between, all filled up with this golden light, activating our abundance codes of infinite potential within us. Hiyana shana hena hena tinati anishana tanahuna ke atiatu usanta he hanatu yanishana yatiana uhanate ihanatu uhana henati isana he ukanate uyana shanate anikanata uyanitanitana ukana kana 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 tana shanatana yanatana. Anani ati ashurake iunasi ati unayanane iunayana You are safe. You are provided for. All is incredibly well. Trust, surrender to the divine plan. All is well. All is well. All is well. Remember, you're so much more than your human mind can perceive. You are infinite. You are source. You are everything. You are all and nothing. All within you, infinite potentials unlocking now. Highest timelines activated now. Hikana, uchana, itana, ishana, itana, uyana sinta henati, ikana utana kanatana, ishana henati anatanatana, iuna sinta hena uchanate. Yod He Anate Atu And we are paying gratitude for all the abundance and the blessings and the miracles manifesting in our lives right now, right here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this bubble of light all around our torus fields, golden, crystalline diamond, and soft pink light of unconditional love, and the Christ light, and the Ascension flame, is staying around us now for the next 48 hours, helping us integrate these energies and activations, and helping us in the intensity of the current energies. And we are again connecting down to the crystalline core of Gaia, just anchoring our keys and codes, all the energies received through our heart center. And thanking Gaia for all she provides for us always, for housing us here on this human journey. And we send her love as we feel her sending the love back to us. And we always keep reminding ourselves of that connection that's always there, the above and the below, always connected right through our heart center, the crystalline core within us. And we're sending this out to the human heart grid now. Sharing it with every human incarnate, all life, and the whole universe, the omniverse. Feeling into this divine connection that all is connected, all is merging in this now. Right here, right now, through us as divine vessels in this now moment. Ushanahe, ikanate, ukanasinata, ushanahinati, ikanahinasinaata, usantahinati, uchanahe, isunata, ushunate. So it is done, it is done, it is done. So it was written. Thank you.
Thank you. So I want to point out to everybody before we go that has been doing this for many, many years, like many people, primarily females, around the world, in solitude, in anonymity. Some have come out and started writing. Some have started to, come on to camera. I believe very strongly that this year is the year that these primarily women step up, and we're here to support that on this platform. This is the platform for the voices of the Mother Goddess, and that includes men and women. This is the voice of the frequency that's been suppressed in this realm for long enough. So I would just invite anyone out there. We had somebody on yesterday, a beautiful lady, Yvonne from Tasmania, that was on camera for the first time. I remember the first time Ramona came on, and many others in 700 broadcasts. So I would encourage anyone out there. It's a safe place to speak and come out. We support that. Just contact myself or Morgan Lee, and we'll fill the schedule up. So I want to thank you, Ramona, for the work you've done all these years, and those like you, and for coming on again. I look forward to future collaborations. Thank you so much for the frequency of love that you started the show with and ended it with. And I look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. All my love and blessings to everyone.
Yeah. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you in 3 hours with Annie Zumo, and another show later tonight. Thanks a lot, Ramona. I'll see you.
Thank you.
Best to you and your
bye.